For number 12 and 13, you're being asked to calculate real GDP. So just to start with the basic formula here, real GDP can be found by taking nominal GDP, which is on its face, and it's given here in this chart as nominal, divided by the price index for a given year. So that's how we find real. So A on this one then says calculate real GDP for 2016. However, this time they tell us that we're going to use 2000 prices to do so. So in this case, we're going to adjust this formula a little bit. We're going to say it's going to be our nominal GDP for the year, the target year we call this. So it's going to be the nominal GDP, in this case for 2016. And we're going to, since we're using 2000's prices to do this, we're going to put that over, instead of the price index, we're going to put the price indices for the 2 years relative to each other. So it's going to be 2000, price level 2016 divided by the price level in 2000. So the difference here is that this is for a given target year, this first one. This is for the relationship between the GDP of 2 years. It's calculating it 1 year using another year's prices. So for A then, we're just going to plug the numbers into this formula. So we're going to take the nominal GDP for 2016, which is 18,569. We're going to divide that by the price level from 2016, or that price index we should call it, divided by the price level from 2000, since we're relating it to those prices, and run that through. And what we're going to end up with is 13,651, oops, that's a 5, 1.7, which is going to round up, since they tell us to round up to the nearest billion. We're going to go 13,652. Okay, so that's right. For part B then, we're going to take the information we already have and compare real GDP from 2000 and 2016. So we just calculated GDP, real GDP for 2016 using 2000 prices, meaning that that became our base year. So that's an important thing to know here, because all we're going to do for part B then is compare the values. So we just came up with a value for our base year of 13,000, rewrite that, 652 billion for 2016. And the question here is, how much did it increase between the years 2000 and 2016? Since we used 2000 as our base year for our previous calculation, we can assume this very basic fact that nominal equals real in the base year, because that's what we're basing all of our future calculations on. So our nominal GDP then is our real GDP for 2000. We just calculated it for 2016. So we're just going to find the difference between the two. So we're going to take the 13,652 we just calculated minus the 2000 value, 817, and the difference there is going to give us our increase. So this one, we calculated that in part A, and then this became our base year, and therefore nominal is equal to real in the base year. So just keep that in mind. And the difference there is our increase. And then it says, how much did nominal GDP increase between 2000 and 2016? That's going to be a really straightforward calculation here. We can just take the two values that are given to us and subtract. So here we can do 18,569 minus 9,817. Okay, so you've got the calculations there. 13 is the same problem. It just gives you another chance to practice it. So I'll just remind you how to set it up. A is calculate real GDP for 2010 using 2000 prices. So we're going to use that same formula as before. The real GDP for 1 year in terms of another year is going to be the real GDP, or the nominal, excuse me, let me say that correctly. The nominal GDP for 2010 divided by the price index for 2010, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you put in the numbers there, divided by the price index for 2000. And you'll run those values, you'll get this value here, the real GDP. And if it helps, I can go ahead and give you those calculations, and you can work backwards from them if you find that helpful. Let me make sure I'm using the same numbers here. Well, actually, I don't. So let me run through them with you here. I'm going to set it up. And should have my calculator ready. So we're going to take our nominal in 2010, which is 14,524, divided by the price index in 2010, which is 101.2, divided by, 81.9. And let's see what we get. 14,524 divided by 101.2 divided by 81.9. We get 11,754.106. And since they're going to round to the nearest billion, you're just going to get that. Then the question about the increase between 2000 and 2010 is going to be, well, this is our 2010 value right here. And we're going to compare 2000, and since we use 2000 as our base year, it's going to be this minus the nominal, because nominal is equal to real in the base year. And this was the year we used as our base. So we're going to get that. And then the nominal increase is going to be the difference between just the values here given in the chart between the 2 years. So hopefully you can see the process now. You will probably have different numbers in your homework because Connect generates different values. But if you follow the process, you should do just fine. All right? So good luck with this. Talk to you soon.